Great. Thank you very much, dear Claudia, for joining me. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you. And well, let us start with tonight's practice. As I told you, tonight we're going to practice for both tasks of the writing section. And my idea for this is to practice the second one first in this opportunity, because I guess that more of your classmates are going to join us later. So given that in the first task we have to listen and read something before you write your essay, I think it's appropriate to wait a little bit for them, right? And we're going to do so without wasting time. And as I say, thus, we're going to start with the second task, which doesn't require you to listen or read anything, right? So let us start with that. I'm gonna open this, give me a sec. Okay, great. Anyways, so I'm gonna block this. Very good. So dear Claudia, let me share my screen and let us go to your essay, okay? Here I have. Just a sec. Here. Right here. Okay. Very good. Sorry, I just. Okay, great. So Claudia, your topic for tonight's essay is going to be this one. Let me show it to you. This, okay? There you have it. We have not used this one, right, dear Claudia? Some people suggest that it is wrong to give money to beggars, asking for money on the street. Have we used it? Do you remember, dear Claudia, if we have used this one or not? Not yet. Okay, great. So this is going to be your topic then. There you have it, and also, of course, here. Okay, great. There. And here. Very good. Okay. So there you have it, dear Claudia. So I'm going to give you this link to write down. You're not going to write down in the one that you wrote yesterday, but in this one, okay? Give me a sec. I want to send it to you. You're going to write down here, okay? In this one that says number 10, this is going to be your link, all right? So you can enter this document, and here I'm going to enable your chronometer, and you're going to start to write, okay? And once you finish, I'll be reviewing you, all right? So please let me enter this. Okay, dear Claudia, so please, you can start. Sorry, great. You can start writing your essay now. All right, great. Thank you very much, Claudia, for writing your essay for me. It's the pleasure to review it now. But I was thinking better if you write the first essay now, and at the end I can review both of them. Okay, just for you, to feel more or less how I said to be in the actual writing section, which of course both tasks are immediate or they are basically followed, right? Because you come with the first essay and then the second one immediately. So let's go with the second one, or in this case, the first one, if you think about it, because it's the first essay, right, that you will actually write. But as I said, we just practiced the second one first night because I was thinking that somebody else would get into, but as nobody did it, of course, we are now with all the credentials for us to write the integrated essay, which is, as I say, the first task you will be performing on the actual exam, okay? So please, let's go to practice this one. We're gonna go and read the passage, okay? I remember that we have used this one of the Rococo style, so let's go with another one. Okay. Oh yeah, so you prefer the feedback. Okay, yeah, well, why not? It's the same basically, so let's go. So let me open it then. It's up to you. Okay, here I am. Great, so here I have it. Okay, great. So here, right? This one, I guess. Right into and yeah. Some people suggest that it is wrong to give money to beggars asking for money. This is it, right? Yes, okay. Okay, so let's start with your essay. Lately, economic crises have become popular in the daily talks because the number of beggars have increased. Nowadays, there is enough evidence to state that beggars asking for money on the street is a major social problem. Okay? Accordingly, I will argue that it is wrong to give money to beggars on the street. In the following section, I will explain reasons to support this statement. Okay, very good. First, sometimes criminals play the role of beggars, so they can use the sadness and misery to swindle people. On top of that, they usually create scam networks, so they can use children or babies to look more miserable in order for people to give them more easily. For instance, in Peru, children are exploited by beggars. In the city center are huge, okay? I guess you mean there is a huge, right? In the city center, there is a huge, right? There is a huge number of children working to ask for money on the streets. Okay, very good. Second, giving money to beggars is not a real solution. A major problem is that the government has not acted to solve the problem. Individual actions have no real consequences in the lives of poor people. For example, one day I gave an important amount of money to a beggar. After a week, she went back to ask for more money. Structural solutions are necessary for everyone to have a good quality of life. To conclude, giving money to beggars is not reasonable. I recommend that the government should create laws and regulations to solve economic problems. Okay, good. So, yeah, I think it's very good. I guess that in this case, of course, the topic was very much complex, especially for recommending something to people or to your readers in this case at the end of the document, and likewise for, I don't know, in illustrations, I would say, or instances, right, for the paragraphs you wrote or the arguments you wrote. So anyways, even when that was the case, you actually managed to offer a very good essay there, Claudia. In this case, for example, what I see, let's say more immediately or directly, is the quantity of words. But I'm not sure if you reached like the 300 words required. Let me check it out. And we'll be able to see this. Okay. Clear. All right. Yeah, you got 238 words. So yeah, I guess that is the greatest problem, because with regard to grammar and orthography, it was very good. I think they just corrected one little sentence, right? When you wrote there is, or well, you wrote are instead of there is, right? When you said there is a huge number of people asking for money in Peru's center or something like that. But yeah, but apart from that, the exam was the essay was excellent with regard to that topic. Now, the quantity of words, as you can see, 238 is not bad. It's not something that we would say, okay, we will have a long way to run. But anyways, we can improve this, right? And I remember that in your last essays, you actually got 300 words. I guess that this topic was a little bit difficult. Maybe you were thinking about the arguments, but don't worry, okay? But anyways, it's a very good topic. And as I say, the essay was very good, just the quantity of words. Maybe you could have, I don't know, increased your illustrations, make them more personal. We talked about Peru Center, for example, an experience of yours going to display, something like that could have been a very good manner to escape this problem, right? But anyways, great, good. So awesome. Let us go now with the next topic, the second essay. I'm gonna let you have time. I'm going to skip this one. Here I am. Okay. No, my pleasure, Claudia. So here we are. This is going to be our new topic, okay? We've never been using this one before. Okay. Then right. Oh, it's too large. Yes, I remember. So I'm gonna paste it here in the chat box, excuse me, in the WhatsApp group, okay, dear Claudia, because the chat box doesn't allow me to introduce this text, given that it is too long, apparently. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult, okay? But here in the WhatsApp group, it is for you to read it very comfortably, okay? So as you remember, 3 minutes you have for reading this passage, and I'm going to enable them right here, and then we'll start to the lecture on the same topic, okay? So please, you can start reading now. Okay, great. So let's go and listen to a lecture on the same topic.
Now listen to part of a lecture on the topic you just read about.
Okay, so your textbook talks about all the great things the euro has done for the Eurozone. Stabilizing prices, promoting international trade and worker mobility. The thing is, the reading is a little, outdated. It was written just after the Eurozone was created. The writer was really making some optimistic predictions, talking about what people assumed the euro would do. Today, we know a lot more about the actual effects of the euro. First, let's look at price stability. Sure, if Eurozone countries only traded with each other, the euro would keep prices stable. But the Eurozone countries don't just trade with each other. We live in a global economy where everyone trades with everyone else. Countries that use the euro trade with lots of nations that have other currencies, like the UK, China, Brazil, America. All of these trade partners have different currencies that can change value, and this will change the prices of imports for Eurozone customers. But you might be thinking, what about that second point? Wouldn't one currency promote international trade between the countries that use it? It makes sense, but here's the issue. A recent study shows that Eurozone countries have not seen any notable changes in how much they import and export among one another. The reason for this is probably that they were already trading with each other a lot before the euro. Nobody was holding back in the first place. At best, the euro helps them trade as they had been a little more easily. That brings us to worker mobility. The numbers on worker mobility match the stats for international trade. Workers aren't migrating to new countries in the Eurozone any more or any less as a result of the euro. And that makes sense. Really, it's relaxed immigration laws, not shared currency, that gives workers so much mobility in the European Union. So as long as people can immigrate, they will. And that comes down to legislation, not currency.
Okay, very good. So you know what to do, dear Claudia. You have the template that we practiced some classes ago. You're going to use the same document, all right? So your 20 minutes are going to start. I see that, of course, we're not going to have time to finalize it, but anyways, let's say, well, I'm not sure, 50 minutes seems well for you. I think that we can advance it until 50 minutes, if you agree. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Totally fine, dear Claudia. So would you like to end the class here then, or would you like to have another word of advice then? Okay. All right. Yeah, it's totally fine. So yeah, I'm going to be waiting then for your essay. I'm going to write down here my email to you. Okay. So you can send it there. I'll write it like this. Give me a sec. All right. .com. Okay. Take it here, right? There you are. I pasted it in the chat box. So you can send it there to me. All right. I'm going to be sending you commentaries as fast as I can. Okay. So very good. Oh, my pleasure. So let me then stop here. I'm going to take your assistance. And as I do that, please help me with our traditional poll. Okay. All right. Good. Here I am. Okay. Great. So I got you here. There, Claudia. Okay. Good. Claudia Hernandez. Okay. Thank you very much, Claudia. Don't worry. You can then continue with your routine tonight. And thank you very much for your kind response and for your assistance. Okay. So I'm gonna be waiting for your essay. Thank you very much. See you.